everyone, what is up? Thank you for coming back to my channel, guys. If you are new, welcome. I'm Darlene and I'm glad to have you guys here. So guys, for today's video, I have a requested one. This is requested by subscribers. Thank you so much if you're watching this video. This is actually on the missing case of Enrique Rios, and I don't have much of an intro, so let's just get started. So when Enrique went missing, he was 16 years old, and this happened back in October of 2016. He was from Esparto, California, and he had just started a brand new school in Woodland, California. It was called the Cesar Chavez Community Center. Since Enrique had a little bit of a troubled past, he actually was on probation, so this school was a specific school. I don't think it was like an alternative school. I think it was just like a specific program to help kind of troubled kids. This school allowed him to go to school and then work half the day. So I believe like from 8 to 12 he went to school, and then from 1 to 4 he went to work. I believe it was like a construction facility, like a construction site nearby. So moving on to October 17th of 2016, this is the night where he was last seen by his mother. Around 9 p.m. Lola recalls saying goodnight to Enrique. She was getting ready for bed, so she went to say goodnight. He was wearing basketball shorts and a t-shirt as if he was going to go to bed. The very next morning, Lola was extremely shocked to know that Enrique was not home. She started calling him and texting him. He didn't answer any of the phone calls, but he sent a text saying, "I stayed at a friend's house. I'm going to school right now." Lola was extremely concerned because the program that he was in was very strict, and he had to actually take the clothes with him or wear his work clothes to class. The clothes were actually at home still, so she asked him saying, what about your clothes? You're at home. And he said, "I'm with a friend in the program. No need to worry. I'm going to borrow some of his clothes." Since the school and the program were pretty strict, she went ahead and called his probation officer, letting him know the situation, which was really great on her part because it was very detailed. She went ahead and called him right off the bat so that there was just no confusion. There was an actual timeline now of when she called, reached out. So the probation officer said to just check back in later. She later on checked back in, and her worst fear came true, that he had never shown up for school that day. It was very strange because everyone from the program showed up to school that day but Enrique. So was Enrique really with somebody from his class that night? Was somebody else texting from Enrique's phone? It just didn't add up. He often did his own thing, and since he had a history of running away, Lola didn't seem too alarmed by it. Once the evening came on, she was like, okay, Enrique will for sure come home. He never did come home, so she got really worried, started calling him and texting him, being just really upset, saying where are you, come home now. Finally text back saying, "I'm very overwhelmed right now, I need some space." And that was the last message she had heard from Enrique. Lola eventually reported him missing, and unfortunately due to his past and he was being on probation, he was immediately ruled as a runaway, which in my opinion, that is just it makes no sense because there were all these signs that didn't really lead up to him running away. Since police showed little to no interest, it was really left up to Lola to do all the footwork, to just pass out flyers and to obtain all of these records. She even went on to checking his call logs, and unfortunately for her, he actually had this phone, or maybe it had a feature, a parental feature. I'm not too sure how these things work now, but he actually had this thing on his phone where he could only call 5 to 10 people, and it was his family. And I don't even think he had access to calling his friends. But he actually had this app, and I think it was something like one of those apps that generates a phone number for you, and you can call and text whoever you want. Unfortunately, Lola couldn't know any information about that because apparently everything on this app deleted it away, or it was private. I don't know, but she wasn't able to obtain any of those records, but he was calling and texting people from this app. That went absolutely nowhere. She ended up going to social media, reaching out to all of his friends, asking him if they knew anything, and literally all of his friends were no help at all, or that none of them came forward, which is again strange. Lola instantly knew that he did not go missing, at least by choice, because that night he went missing was a fairly chilly evening. He literally left with the clothes he was wearing. All of his other clothes stayed behind. I've never run away before, but if I were planning to run away, I would at least have a backpack of extra clothes. I mean, I'm not going to take a suitcase with me, but I would at least have something that I can carry on my back if I were planning to leave for the night. His wallet stayed behind, his ID stayed behind. If he was working, he would have wanted to take his wallet and his ID to have his money with him. Only thing that was missing was the clothes on his back and his cell phone. He also had an amazing bond with his little sister. Lola even says that whatever his little sister wanted to do, they would do. He would play with her for hours. He just loved her so much. And if he really was missing for this long, he would have at least called to reach out to his little sister. Another thing that seemed really fishy was that Lola was constantly on social media, constantly posting pictures of Enrique, and he would have been easily embarrassed by it and would have eventually had enough and called and said, Mom, I'm fine. You can stop calling. Like, I'm okay. I just need some space, like I told you. And there hasn't been any word of Enrique. I know if it were like me and my mom doing that, I would have been like, okay, like enough is enough. Like, I'm fine. My picture doesn't have to be all over social media. Like, I'm okay. Another strange thing was that no media coverage was ever done. Police did tell Lolo that they went ahead and sent over information to like different news stations and that eventually there would be a story on him. Time had gone by and there was never anything done. Another thing that confirmed that this had never happened, that they had never sent over any information, was somebody from one of the news stations actually contacted Lola saying she wishes that there was something she could do to help, but unfortunately they had needed the go-ahead from the police department and they had never received the go-ahead. So that just goes to show that they had never even sent over a story or any information about Enrique. So that's really all the information I have on Enrique. Now I'm going to go into the theories. There's been a couple of few different theories, that I have like two stand-outish ones that have been more talked about. First one was obviously that he had ran away. And again, I don't think that this is like plausible or this is like what happened at all, because if he ran away, he would have taken more things with him. He literally took nothing. He had only his cell phone, and it just doesn't seem like, it doesn't seem likely. I did watch Danielle Hallen's video on this, and she had a good point. She said that it seemed like she was going to get in somebody's vehicle. Maybe somebody was outside his house. He was going to jump in really quick and talk to them. I know for sure when I was like a lot younger, I had friends come to my house. Instead of like coming inside the house, or maybe like I didn't want like a guy to come in the house, I would go to the car, chat with them, and that was it. So maybe he was lured in by a girl, like Danielle said. Maybe he was going to meet a friend outside. Maybe there's something to do with drugs. I don't really know, but it seemed like he was going to go outside for a quick second and then come straight back in and something terrible happened. Another theory that I personally agree with, it seems more likely, is that unfortunately he was taken by somebody in the program that he was in. I know that another man had went missing by the name of Oscar. I don't know his last name, but he was actually part of the program in the adult section, and he went missing and was actually found murdered. Another kid by the name of Elijah Moore went missing a few months after Enrique did, and it just seems very, very fishy how one was found dead, another one was missing. Was there a connection? Obviously people in this program were not the best people. They were like into drugs. They were on probation for a reason, and maybe they were caught in the middle of something. Maybe something had happened. Maybe he had witnessed something. Somebody got rid of him. Maybe the people in the schooling, maybe the police had something to do with this. It goes to show like how the police could have nothing to do with this, but there was just so much corruption. Even when I said about the Megan Lancaster case, how police didn't seem to have any help with this. Why aren't police helping Enrique's case? Like, it just goes to show how, I don't want to say, like, I don't want to label us police as bad, because there are some great police officers, but for some reason, like, they just don't help minorities, people of color. They don't help certain kinds of people, and unfortunately, Enrique was Hispanic. Does that make any sense to y'all? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it just doesn't, it's just weird how another kid has gone missing and they did nothing to help him out. My theory, my take on this is that he was unfortunately taken, whether it had to do with human trafficking, whether he had witnessed something. I don't know the exact reason, but it seems to me that he was taken. Alrighty guys, so that is pretty much all I have for this video. Please let me know of any of your theories down below. I'd like to know what you have to think. If I missed anything, please also let me know. I also want to let you guys know that my sister and I have started to do a Facebook Live every Thursday night, and we're also going to be covering and doing like a more open discussion on cases that I just did the day before. So my mystery videos go up on Wednesdays. Now on Thursdays, we're going to do it like just a live discussion. It's going to be more of like an open type of thing, and I know for sure we're going to talk more about Elijah Moore and Oscar tomorrow night. So please like our page down below. I'm going to link it. Right now we're called Hermanas con Ganas, and yes, I'm Hispanic, so my Spanish is not that great, but I think it has a cute little name to it. So that's our Facebook page down below. I just created it. We did a live last week and that was on my page, but now we have our own little separate thing. So again, if you want to talk to us more, last time was so much fun because a lot of y'all were asking us questions, really interacting with us. So it's just a really good discussion, a place to have it, because here on YouTube, it's more like I have a script I have to say, and I don't want to like say something offensive. Not that anything is offensive, but I want to make sure everything that I have here is just more clean and put together. As to on Facebook, it's going to be more of a discussion, talking about more different things and just really understanding what really happened. That is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page. I'll leave a link down below. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, have a good night. Stay safe and be blessed wherever you are. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!